Oh, the thrill of getting a tiny taste of something for free, Samantha. We all fall for it every single time we go to the grocery store. I fall for it. You fall for it. Free food samples
Where have you been lately?
at the grocery store, right? It's like my most favorite thing to do. Get the
Are
free food samples.
is that happening on certain days of the week? Because I don't go when there's free food samples.
Saturdays, always Saturdays at the co-op, free food
Oh,
samples.
oh
Jalapeno
yes.
poppers, I would love one. Sausage roll, yes, please. It is literally, and that's just there, hey? Like apparently at the
Oh.
Costco, you can pretty much have lunch in the free food samples.
You know what? If you go at the right time of day and you haven't had lunch or dinner,
Oh,
stop by the Costco.
it's like being at a fancy party and I'll take some hors d'oeuvres, please. Some hors d'oeuvres, right? Because they put it on the little toothpick and it looks all
Yes,
fancy.
it looks
I would
so
love that.
fancy.
Thank you. Ooh, a little piece of mozzarella stick. Yes, please. Right. And you just make your way through
Ah.
all the samples,
Well,
right?
the best things in life are free, Lisa.
It's the very best. But you know what the thing is? It's kind of ironic, right? Because all of a sudden, before you know it, you have a shopping cart full of shit that you never planned on buying, right? I didn't go there to plan on buying all the appetizers in the world, but
But
yet
that
I
is
did.
but that is the best or the worst thing that can happen to you when you go to the grocery store.
Right? Like, what do you do with that? Like it's kind of like, I don't know, like, it's not really
Ah,
like it's trickery. It's trickery.
it is true.
It's total trickery.
Well, of course it is because they need you to add to your basket, right? So here, shove a mozzarella stick up your nose.
Right?
Like,
And who
whatever.
the minute like I would never buy jalapeno poppers.
I'm
That
surprised
one
you ate
bite,
one.
oh, it was so good. Deep fried, little old lady cooking it. Tastes so good. I'm like, oh, that is so good. Then all of a sudden my mind envisions it with a dip in my home, in my air fryer. I will take a box. Because then they trick you, right? Because then they say, oh, and just so you know, it's just in the cooler to the left.
Uh-huh.
Off I go with my cart to the
Oh
cooler
my,
to the left.
who knew you were that susceptible?
With shit like that, I am.
Oh my God, you are easy. You're like an
It's
easy
food.
target.
Totally. Like I bet you they see me coming. I don't know what, like a little chubby, by myself, cart full of garbage. Could be all of that. It could be all of that, right? Not one thing in my cart that's healthy except bananas, right? Everything else is just shit.
There's not a vegetable to be found.
There maybe in the summer might be a bag of salad, which everybody still knows is not that good for you. Means you're too lazy
Oh,
for real salad,
this is
right?
true. This is
It's got
true.
some hot dogs, it's got some wieners, it's got some muffins or some donuts,
Oh my God.
whatever there might be.
I bet these people they're clocking you, hey, as you're
Oh yeah,
walking around the grocery
betcha.
store. I'm like, I
There's
got you. I got you.
the guy who's putting out the bakery, the guy who's putting out the cinnamon buns. He's talking to the little old lady who's frying up the jalapeno popper, saying, "Okay, chubby girl over here, she's contemplating cinnamon bun. She's torn between buying 4 or just buying 2. Oh, she went for 4. She's coming your way, Lois. She's coming your way, right?
They got little walkie-talkies.
Totally,
Chick with the short hair and
right."
glasses.
Right? And and then you get the nicest, "Hello, ma'am." "Oh, hello." Like you're all special or
Oh
something,
my, it must just brighten your day. You got a hello, you got a little chit chat, and you got a little food.
right?
It's
L
perfect.
Life is good. Life is good,
Oh my God,
Samantha.
it's like you're at like a public, like a little social gathering
Totally,
where you buy stuff.
right? I'm meeting some new friends. Oh,
The only
like
thing missing is
heaven.
alcohol.
Oh, imagine that. Imagine if there was, like, wine tasting too. This is perfect. I guess that would be a bar,
That
but
would be a bar.
I'm just saying, it's amazing how
Oh,
those free samples can just, oh, melt an old gal's heart.
I know. You got to go. And I
Oh,
hate grocery shopping, so obviously I'm going to the wrong place.
you're going to the wrong place, maybe at the wrong time, and
Uh-huh.
on the wrong days,
Oh my God.
right? Give it a try. Let's just give it a try. I'll take you with me, put you under my wing and show you the way, right? I can show you some. I'm your best friend. That's my job, right? I will teach you.
Oh my God.
Let me
Okay.
help you learn about free food samples at the grocery store.
All right. All right, Lisa, we got to get going. We got an episode to start.
We got so much stuff to talk about this week. Hello, friends of the podcast.
Hello, everybody.
It's funny, hey, at my work on Mondays, we have kind of a little quick huddle, like a kind of how was your weekend and all the things that everybody's doing and what our goals are for the week, blah, blah, blah. And my boss always starts off with, hello, everybody. And today she's like, I walked in and I said, hi, everybody. And she's like, I was looking for a hello, friends of the podcast. I'm like, I can give you a hello, friends of the podcast anytime.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
I know. Hey, that was
Okay,
kind of
but
funny.
I gotta talk. Just stop talking for 5 seconds, please.
Okay, but I'm talky today.
I know you are, but I just want to say, guys, if you love what you hear, and we would love for you to share and download and subscribe our podcast. So share us with your people. Download the episode and subscribe wherever you listen. Wherever you listen to the app. Shut up. Wherever you listen to your podcast, that's where you should subscribe to us. However,
who doesn't want a little more of this in their life?
Right. So just spread the joy wherever you might be.
That sounded like Christmas.
It did a little bit.
Spread the joy wherever you might be. Just spread the joy, would ya? Hit the down. You know, we need to get like a little fancy, like a little fancy, like sexy voice, right? We just want you to spread the joy wherever you might be. Right? I bet you could do that voice.
I probably could.
I bet you they get where we're going with this, right? Download and subscribe, people.
Yeah. Okay. Stop talking about it.
I got to tell you this though. The temperature today,
when
I went to work, it said it was minus 52 with the wind chill. I'm going to be honest with you, right? I don't really prepare and dress well for winter.
No, you don't.
It's not my gig, right?
No.
It's not my gig. My toes, like I thought they were going to fall off. I thought they were going to crack off and just, I'm going to have loose toes in the middle of my boots. Right? Holy fuck. It was cold.
Yeah. It's really cold. I think it was the coldest day we've had so far.
I think it was so cold. Hey?
Yeah.
Right.
Kids didn't go to school.
Can't get that cold.
I know, but kids didn't go to school. They didn't do any of that. Buses don't run past a certain point.
Which is kind of funny, right? Because GenX days, they ran all the time.
All the time.
I'm sure that at the beginning of the school year, parents added an extra $50 to their taxes saying, you make sure that those kids can go. And God forbid you lived in town, you went anyways.
I know. That's right? True.
My mom would be like, I don't care if you have to crawl to school. Get there, right? Right? It didn't matter.
Oh, that's true.
Not like now, Samantha. I'm just saying.
I know.
It's really, really cold.
I know. But you know what I'm concerned about?
What?
Because I just feel like I may not be ready for today's episode.
Oh.
Yeah, because apparently we're going to talk about like our Boston pizza failure, which I'm not sure if I want to recognize. And
totally on you.
Yeah, and the best dressed dictator. So we're going to talk about the inauguration.
There's a new best dressed dictator.
Yeah. And a stripper dress codes, which, could maybe get us into trouble. You never know.
There's a chance that 2 out of 3 topics right there could get us out of trouble. And those are just the ones we're telling people up front about, right?
This is true.
They're not even the ones that are further along. It's fine. I got you. It's okay. But you know what's not okay? Okay, I'm shaking my head as usual, right? I'm shaking my head. I'm shaking my head at people who get to the front of the coffee line, whether it be Starbucks or Tim Hortons, or I guess like a Dunkin' Donuts. I would assume the same thing must happen. And they get to, it's their turn, right? So, okay, my turn. And it's like, I've never seen the menu and I have no clue what they make and no clue what they're about. And I need to stand there and be just like all gazing through it all, right? Like, oh, they have a donut. Oh, and a blueberry muffin. Oh, I should Google a blueberry muffin. Wonder what that's about. And people stand there for so long, like they've never seen these selections. Get your coffee, get your treat, get out. Right? It's put in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
And Starbucks is a long wait to begin with.
Starbucks is a long wait because they put you in the holding area. Right? So you have the lineup, then you have the holding area where you think like soon you're going to get your coffee, but you're not.
But you're not.
You're not, because there's magically 72 people ahead of you somehow. I don't know where they are, but there's 72 other people waiting.
And then there's mobile orders ahead of you.
Mobile orders trump everything, right?
Yes.
So, then you're kind of screwed. But don't you just find it's weird that all of a sudden it's the same thing like at a drive-through, right? You pull up to the McDonald's drive-through for, like I say, an egg McMuffin.
Yep.
I've known for 45 years minimum that they have the egg McMuffin and the bacon and egg McMuffin and the egg McMuffin with sausage. Why would I need to like really make that thought process painful?
I don't know. I don't know,
Right?
Lisa. Like if we could explain why
head.
people do what they do, then
They
they wouldn't do it because we would explain it to them.
And our
they would
podcast would be
understand.
called "Thank God They Don't Do It" with Lisa and Sam. Right?
Be totally different.
It would be a totally different title.
Totally different title.
Totally. I'm just saying, right? I just shake my head because it amazes me.
I know. Me every
Right?
time. Me as well.
Right? I'm like,
Every
huh.
time.
First time, like just new here. That's what I want to say, right? Hey, just new here, first time here. Right? Let me give you the Cole's notes, the abridged version.
Yeah.
Right? Oh my goodness.
Well, I got a nice shake my head too, but it's got to do with you. And you're gonna be you're gonna argue. You're gonna be argumentative right off the hop. I already know that. But I don't care. I'm gonna shout it out to the world.
You want to go there anyways.
Yeah, because I need to hear. I need the friends of the podcast to back me up on this.
Oh, okay. Assuming they're going to.
They are. They always do.
It's kind of true.
I shake my head at the fact, Lisa, that you insist on putting your stupid glass case that belongs to you in my purse when
Yes,
we
I do.
travel. And
Yeah.
I broke your heart over the weekend because I bought a new purse that is really small.
You did not take me into consideration at all.
I did not, and I don't care. It fits all the things that I think are necessities, and that's good. It has no room for anything else.
But here's the thing, Samantha, right? So for 20 years, you've always helped me out in a pinch.
No, I begrudgingly put your shit in my purse because you make a stink in public, and that makes me go, fuck it, I'll just do it.
It's not really a stink.
Yeah, you make a stink.
It's not a stink.
You make a
stink.
stink.
Seems a little extreme for it.
But this time, Lisa, I can't because there's no room in my purse, and I'm not changing purse. It's the only purse I've got, and that's that.
That makes you a shitty friend.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, you purposely bought a purse knowing it was going to hurt my feelings.
No, I didn't. I bought the purse because I like the look of it.
It's kind of ugly.
The fact that it's smaller is just what happens.
You carry so much shit that makes no sense to have a little purse.
I have my sunglasses in there, my wallet, and my phone, and a few other things.
So then what did I say to you? Okay, then I hope that people know that this is how our friendship works. It's argumentative. You're absolutely right. So then what did I say to you? I said, fine, I will get a squishy case.
And it still won't fit.
We don't know. We haven't tried it.
No, I am not putting your shit in my purse.
It's a pair
you
of glasses.
Carry a purse.
I know.
You use your own.
But when I travel, I take a small one.
Great. Figure out how to fit your glasses in there.
Nope, but that's why I bought. If I get a squishy one, a squishy case for my glasses.
No, I already told you no. I hope you got pockets in whatever you wear.
I'm not. Oh, what about you? You have good pockets in your coat.
Nope.
Could you put my squishy?
No.
Do you have an inside pocket in your coat?
No,
I don't have good pockets.
No.
And then I'm going to lose my glasses.
No.
Oh, great. Now I'm away.
I don't know how many times I'm going to tell you no. You little narcissist.
If you had something that okay, so here's the thing. What about when you're using the car rental? Who holds the keys? Who holds the keys?
I will.
And where do they go?
In my purse, because I have a little side thing.
So you got
no, it's only big enough for a set of keys.
I'm asking for the biggest set of keys. I want the biggest set of keys, please. I'd like I'm actually going to bring my own keychain just so that
do what you got to do. If you want to carry them, you be my guest.
No, they're going to go in your purse, just like you said.
No, they won't.
Yes. I would help you out if you needed
Anyways,
something.
I shake my head at you.
That's the thing with this friendship, right? Is that I'm always willing. I just said I would take you grocery shopping to teach you about samples. And would you say to me? No, it's not different. It's me helping you.
Oh my God. Okay.
And you not helping me. And you not helping me.
I am helping you, but by
Mm,
making you accountable for your own shit.
fine, that's fine. But
Yeah.
then just remember that I don't do that great with a crossbody to start off with. So now you're just adding extra
I don't
stress to
even
my
know
life.
why you're
And
bringing
you
a
know what?
crossbody.
And it's funny, right? Because you know I don't do well with a crossbody, but I like to
Actually,
use it when I'm traveling.
the purse that you have, the purse that you're using now, that poor thing, it's just open to the world. All it wants to do is be buttoned on each side so it looks normal, and it's like splayed out. And I'm like, I feel sorry for that purse. I don't think I should
Right?
feel sorry for a purse, but I do feel sorry for that
I
purse.
know I feel sorry for that purse too, right?
Oh my God, it's just screaming for help.
And I could button it together, but then I just have to unbutton it again.
I know, and that's the whole thing.
Right?
I
And
gotta
that's
do
the
it
issue.
again.
And I gotta do it again. I might as well just leave it open because now I got a high maintenance purse that needs to be buttoned and
Oh
unbuttoned all
my
the
God.
time.
Everything you do is high maintenance. You're high maintenance. So everything you do is high maintenance.
It just all falls into place that
Oh my
way.
God. You're such a
I can't
freak.
help it, right? I can't
Yeah.
help
All
it.
right.
Okay,
Fine.
but here's maybe somebody else who's high maintenance. I don't know. I don't know how you rank it. Okay. I'm
Uh,
all for the decision that she made. Friends of the podcast, we're talking about Michelle Obama. She
yeah.
chose to not go today to the inauguration.
Yeah.
And she was getting a lot of flack, a
She
lot of
was.
backlash, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I don't think she should have been.
Uh-huh.
I think she's allowed to make her own decision,
I agree.
right? She doesn't want to go. I read the reason she didn't want to go was because she didn't want to have to fake smile through something that she feels is horrific. Makes sense to me,
Makes sense to me.
right? I don't know. I mean, yeah, like, does she deserve to cause grief? Should she be there? I don't know. Behind the scenes, is Barack pissed? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter,
He has
but
to go. He's the president.
he has to go, right? And I feel she probably thinks she's done her time.
And she has, and that's actually one of the things that I read is that she feels that her 8 years in the White House, she did all the things that she was supposed to do, and
Right.
now she gets to choose if she goes to certain events or not. And this is the
Right.
one that she chose not to go to.
She chose not to go to this one, right?
Yeah. So
Exactly. Instead, she's maybe out having a McRib because now we should be able to get McRibs everywhere, all over. That's if she comes to
no.
Canada, that the McRib now should be coming to Canada.
Okay. Awesome. That's great.
I just watched him on TV sign 80
Oh, don't.
things, right?
Don't.
Freed all the people from the riots. They're all good to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Out they
They're
go,
good.
right? Out into the
Yeah.
streets you go, you bunch of animals. Out you go. And I said it. I said it. I said it. Out you go. Right? Just signed off on that. And I don't know. I think he signed off. He's just signing off on shit, right?
He
Signing off
is.
on I hate Joe
There's
Biden. Let's sign off on that,
Yeah,
right?
there's just so much that he's done. And I think that, oh, I think the first 90 to 100 days ought to be super interesting.
You know what I think is funny, right? Is I think that, and this probably sounds a little extreme, and maybe it is. I don't know. Whatever. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there, Samantha, right? I feel that he really isn't much different than a dictator, right? If you take a look at all the things that dictators stand for,
Uh-huh.
he fits some of them,
He does.
right?
Yeah.
He's not killing his own people. That's a big one. So, whew, thank God, right? He's not
Uh-huh.
trying to do that.
Yeah.
Um, but he's really just a better dressed dictator
He is a
because the
better.
suit looks better than an army uniform, right?
This is true.
And
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, boy, dear America, I hope you know what you've done.
I think that there's a lot of people in America that are a little bit worried about what maybe the other
Right?
half of the population has done.
Like, huh.
Yeah.
It's
So
so I think the potential for it to just be so scary
I
is
think
is is real.
he has set a lot of things in motion with all of these executive things that he
Yep,
signed off on. I think he
yep.
set a lot of things in motion. And what I found was interesting because I got a piece of it and I'm like, picture this. It's him talking. JD Vance is behind him. His
Right.
wife is off to the side in her lovely hat. And everyone is just,
Melania's hat.
yeah,
The hat where hopefully nobody knows it's me.
yeah.
Right.
So they're staring off into space because he's off on a tangent and he's talking about wrestling someone. And this is somehow relating to one of the things that he's promised the American people. I'm like, I don't understand what you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I had to turn because I'm like, I cannot watch this. He goes off on tangents and nobody's worried about that.
Nope. And it's and the wording that he uses is like so unpresidential. Like he said, thank God we got rid of the stiffs, which I'm assuming
It's the Democrats.
is the Democratic Party. And then he was talking about something else and he goes, you know what? Everybody's had to live with a bunch of crap for the last 4 years. And I'm like, hey, like Barack Obama would never use the word crap in a sentence.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Bill Clinton, could you please use crap in a sentence? Like when Dave Chappelle sounds better on Saturday Night Live than President Trump does at his own inauguration. Something's backwards.
Something is backwards.
Something's backwards.
I wonder what it will all look like.
I don't know.
Yeah. So
I don't know. Right. I mean, there's a few things to be thankful for.
Yes.
If I'm an American, the big one, right? What's the big one, Samantha, that we'd be thankful for if we're Americans right now?
You get the McRib.
You get the McRib and you get the TikTok back.
Oh, yes. They got the TikTok back.
75 days. He just signed off 75 more days. Right?
The Congress votes to end TikTok and boom, it's back.
Boom, it's back.
And she's back. And just like that, she's back.
People are getting the messages.
Oh, my Lord. Okay. So the things, I need to tell people the things I would have missed about US losing the TikTok.
Everything.
Mukbang videos. People eating ridiculous, weird amounts of food.
That seems to be your thing.
Even if they were fake, I still would have missed it. Funny TikTok dance trends because the Americans were all over that. Mm-hmm. Creators sharing endless makeup and skincare tips and hacks. Would have missed that. I would have missed it.
I would have missed that. Sure.
And then been jealous because I'm in Canada, so I don't know if I can get everything. Right?
How do you think I learned how to do my smoky eye? From the TikTok.
From the TikTok.
The TikTok taught me.
And then the endless creators lip syncing to songs or movie bits. I would have missed that. There were so many.
There were so many.
Yeah. And then watching people unbox their PR hauls. Like boxes upon boxes of shit that they got from people.
Right? Which is crazy.
I would have missed that.
All of that.
Yeah. And then the endless cooking and cat and dog videos. Right?
The cats.
Right?
We would have had no cats.
We would have had no cats. Like not good cats.
Not good cats. We'd have Canadian cats.
Yeah, Canadian cats.
And the Canadian cats are not American cats. I'm sorry, Canada. I don't know what we're missing, but our cats are not the same as American cats.
It's not the same. It's just
They're
not the same.
Boring cats. They're boring cats in Canada.
And then I would have I would have missed watching people do stupid shit.
I know, right?
I would have, but now I don't have to because they're back. And
75 days.
It was 12 hours. And everyone's like, I'm going to miss you. Come over here. Follow me. I'm like, okay, but you're back now. So you're good. Yeah.
I didn't go to one new app during that 12-hour time period.
No, I went to Instagram.
Right? I was tempted to go to one and I'm like, I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to wait it out a little bit longer.
There's no need. I have enough.
But thank God, right? Way to go. Yay, Donald Trump. You did the right thing. You made your country happy and you kept the TikTok.
I'm gonna just share one thing is that in 2020, August of 2020, he's the one that wanted to ban TikTok. He started the bill. He started the bill to ban TikTok. And he's the one that saved TikTok. It's like, hello, he wanted to ban it.
It's funny. He saved it because he realized that he got so many new voters
from TikTok.
Right?
Yeah.
So don't you dare, right? His boy Barron was like, you need to be on the TikTok, Dad.
Well,
have you seen his boy? His boy is a beast.
He's 6'9".
He is beast.
He is so tall.
He reached but he's doing all of his dad shit, eh? He's doing like the little creepy little fist bump and the little thumbs up. And I'm like, hey, hi, you 6'9" beast. And let's just cross our fingers and pray you end up looking more like your mom than your dad.
Oh, no, I think he looks a lot like his dad.
Because they had him slicked back today, right? His hair was, I've seen him with kind of nice hair, and I'm like, oh, isn't he a nice looking guy? And then today they had all slicked. I'm like, oh God.
All of Donald's sons slicked back there. Yes, but all Donald's sons do that. They slick
They
back their
all
hair.
I'm sure it must be something that they were like, and this is just a rule.
It just seems weird.
Right now you're part of the family, right?
I don't know.
Women, girls, you're gonna have too much collagen in your lips, and men, you're gonna slick back your hair with gel, right? That's totally, totally. But it's funny with the whole TikTok thing, right? Because the issue is about our data, a breach of privacy, and all of that, right?
Yes.
Just go back to our Gen X days, Samantha, when you remember we weren't worried about our privacy. We didn't care. We had a big magic book that had everybody's name, phone number, street address, postal codes, and it was in everybody's houses, right? So for every
Yeah.
psycho in the world that wanted to come and stalk you, it was right there. Oh, Samantha. Sperling's right there. McIntyre's right there, right? You'd go through it. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a cousin. We can get them too, right?
Well, and if
We
you're
didn't
in a
care about
pinch,
privacy.
in a pinch, they went to a phone booth and looked through the
It
magic book.
it was so accessible, that magic book, right? Every psycho could just pull his car over and find a
Ah,
phone booth and look up numbers, right?
okay,
Let's just go here.
but look, back in the day though, they may have been able to find out your address, but if they
Right.
weren't good with directions, they still would have got lost because there's no GPS, right?
It would have been
They would
tough,
have
right?
they would have had to ask for directions or potentially used a map.
Right, right. They'd have to go into the gas station and say, "Hey, I'm trying to get to this house.
Right?
Can you tell me how to get there?"
So,
And then you had to hope that you were getting the right directions, right? Because sometimes when people asked me for directions back in the 80s, I didn't give a shit.
yeah, you're
I
like,
didn't
turn here.
know.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Go there, turn left, da, 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 drive, da, da, da,
Oh, you're
whatever."
bad. You're
Well, I didn't
bad.
know, right? Hi, how do I imagine me with a map?
Imagine you with directions.
No, thank God I have the GPS. So I'm just saying, I think it's funny that the TikTok's so concerned. And at one point, we didn't care about our privacy.
Nope, we didn't. And only
We
now do
still
we care.
and we still had credit cards. We still did things.
Yeah, we did.
Argh,
We
drives me
did.
crazy, Samantha.
I
Drives me crazy.
I think people should just be, you know, more
Careful.
concerned about Facebook because Facebook gives out our data as well. So
I think everything gives out our data,
it does.
right?
Anything that you're
I
attached to.
I probably give out your data all the time to things if I need to.
Oh, that's not nice. It explains some of the messages I get on my phone
Right?
sometimes.
Probably could be, right? I could just maybe I'm just using your phone number for shit to enter in. I
Oh,
don't
don't
know.
do that.
I don't, but I would, but don't put it past me.
Well, this is true.
Right? Don't put it past me, Samantha. That's what I'm saying.
So I just think people, you can control this, right?
Yeah. And
Just
keep the TikTok.
yeah. We could always go back to the magic book. That'll be fun.
Oh God, who has time for that now? Who are you kidding? You imagine trying to teach today's kids alphabetical order?
No.
They would never even know it, right?
No.
How
That
would
would
you
be a nightmare.
ever? They would never ever understand how to alphabetize something.
No.
No thanks, tapping out. I want no part of that.
Is it just the first letter? Or is it the first couple of letters? Or is
The
it
whole
the
word depends, right? It depends how many. It could be all of them. Sometimes it's every single letter decides the order,
right?
right? Like, have fun with that.
Have fun. Have
Yeah.
fun.
And if it's Smith, oh, then we're gonna screw it up because then we're going by first initial. We're going by the initial.
Oh my God. Okay.
Too funny.
So we went out for dinner on Friday.
Okay. Really?
And it
That's
was
how you're just
we
gonna
were
start. That's
we were lackluster in our attempts of where should we go? And
I'm not
all you said, shush, all you said was I need big food, comfort food.
comfort food. I
And
said I felt like
pasta.
pasta,
Pasta.
right? Pasta,
Pasta.
pasta,
Pasta.
pasta,
So
pasta.
we drove to Boston Pizza. And we hadn't been there for a
Horrible.
very long time, probably pre-COVID.
For sure, pre-COVID, right?
Pre-COVID. Back when they
And
still had Nonna's meatballs and the marinara sauce.
They used to make a Nona's
Oh,
meatball, right? They used to pretend that there was actually an Italian Nona that made these meatballs. And so I don't know who this Nona was because she wasn't there, but these
no.
meatballs used to be so good. So it
So
kind of
good.
gave them, it kind of like brought them like say 6 years ago, like gave them a bit of credibility again, it
Yeah,
seemed.
a little bit.
Then COVID hit.
And then COVID hit.
Nona
So,
took her meatballs and ran.
yeah, and I got impatient. So I was like, we're going to Boston Pizza. We went to Acer and I'm like, there it is. Let's go.
Friends of the podcast, I'm the impatient one in this friendship, right? Sam usually can wait it out, think it through. Da, da, da.
No.
No, was not having any of that, right? Because we were in the parking lot. We're already here. We're in the parking lot. You would have thought we drove 3.5 hours to get to where we were, as opposed to like, I don't know, 3 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right? So she was mad. She was frustrated. She was hungry. She was late.
Yes.
And yes, right? Not her fault, but
Not my
still
fault.
offered for a free meal. So who says no to that? Nobody.
Yeah.
And I said to you, why would we do this again? Why would we do
I
why
said,
would we do this?
let's just give it a try. And we
Give
did.
it a try, she said. It'll
Yeah.
be good, she
And
said.
she says, okay, so Lisa wanted an appetizer, so we ordered an appetizer. The appetizer was almost as much as the actual food that we got.
Ugh, and it was horrible.
And it wasn't horrible. It just was so much.
It was so hard to eat because it was kind of like,
So
was it overcooked?
much.
Right? It was a little overcooked.
Maybe.
Right? And they give you
Maybe.
too much sauce. There was no sauce to treat ratio happening, right?
There was no sauce to pasta to meatball because we ordered spaghettis and meatball.
Right.
And then we got it baked and it wasn't a traditional bake, which really disappoints me. But because I like that thick layer of mozzarella over top.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure had we had a strong enough fork, we could have stuck it in the middle and pulled the whole thing out, right? And been holding on to the spaghetti. I'm sure we could have been. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Do you know I ate that spaghetti for 2 days because I took my leftovers home.
Oh, you are a
I
better
ate
woman
that.
than me.
I ate it for 2 days, and I'm like, oh my god, it was too much.
It was too much, not enough sauce because they
Yeah.
baked the sauce away.
Yeah, they did.
And what was that spice?
Oh, I don't know, but
There was a spice.
there was a bit of a kick to it.
It was like Sam was getting kind of burpy and I was getting kind of gurgly, and it's like, oh, this ain't good. This ain't good.
But then we ended off with a lovely cheesecake.
Which hard to screw up a cheesecake.
But it's funny because between both of us, we maybe cleared a corner of the plate that the spaghetti came on. But yeah, sure, bring on the dessert.
Bring out the cheesecake. And then you got to sell it, right? Oh, you've had enough? Was it okay? Oh, eyes bigger than my tummy. I'm full. Right?
Except when you don't take yours home, but I do.
Right, because I'm never going to eat it at home for 2 days. I'll tell you that right now. Turkey dinner, that's the only meal I'm going to eat for 2 days.
That's true.
Right? Maybe roast beef, maybe.
I don't know. But and then all I kept thinking was, there should be a seniors menu here.
There should. But we didn't look, though.
No, there wasn't one.
There wasn't one?
No.
So they're kind of excluding seniors.
Maybe.
I was sharing this story with some of my coworkers, and they said, Boston pizza? Because they always say, like, hey, where'd you go on Friday? And I said, Boston pizza?
We were feeling less fancy than where we typically go.
Right. We weren't feeling that fancy. We were just kind of feeling like ho-hum and just wanted to enjoy each other's company and have some pasta. But the funny thing is that apparently Boston pizza is good for teams or families with young kids, because those kids don't know the difference.
Because that's all that was there.
And Lisa and Sam. So two of these things just don't belong here. It was us.
If we wanted to do pasta again, I think we probably need to think that through.
I think there's no place, right? Because you got the Olive Garden, and that's like fast food pasta.
No, I'm not going there.
Right? Despite what Alex Brown tells us. Remember? She was all like, what do you mean? No, it tastes like fast food pasta.
No, I'm not going there again.
I don't know what that one is in the train.
No, that's
bad too.
Yeah, that was bad too.
I don't know. Saskatoon needs.
Oh, that's the spaghetti factory.
Oh yeah, Saskatoon just needs. Like, remember when we had an Eastside Mario's?
They They went bankrupt.
All right. That's what we need is something like that.
We
just need
liked all the places that went bankrupt.
right? To go belly up, right? I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. Wait,
Oh,
this is a crazy thought too, though. How come we can teach? I'm like totally calling myself on the carpet here. How come we can teach a service dog to detect trouble, right?
uh-huh.
To detect trouble, to keep us calm, to do amazing things, but yet my grade school teachers couldn't teach me to face the front of the class.
One is taught well by reinforcing good behavior with treats.
Is that the thing? Is that because I never got treats in school?
I think if they had given you a treat for turning around and shutting
Right?
up,
Like, if they would have had,
you
like, a
might have
Smartie,
performed better.
like, back, like, when I was in grade 2, if the teacher would have said, "You can have a Smartie," I probably would have been, like, turning around because it would have been a Smartie. I think teachers I don't there maybe is maybe ADD or ADHD doesn't exist. Maybe kids just need a treat,
They needed a treat
right?
to turn around
They
and do
just need a
better.
treat to turn
Yeah.
around and do better because we're rewarding the dogs.
Yes, for their best behavior.
Why can't you reward me for my best
Yeah,
behavior?
when they do something well, they get a little treat.
Right, right. But yet, as a grade school kid, when I do something well, there was no incentive to do anything, to always do something well.
So you perform better with
I
treats.
perform better with treats, right? That's the way to my heart is through treats, right?
Oh,
You
you suck.
know? Because I'm amazed.
Ah.
My friend Julian, we call him Jay. He has a service dog, right?
Uh-huh.
And his service dog is up for best pet in America. I made a thing on our thing, and we posted it in our Facebook page and on the TikTok. And friends, go and go vote for him. He's a one-eyed dog. He's missing an eye,
Mhm.
and but oh my goodness, the things that they do, and the joy, and I guess the help that these dogs provide people. It's amazing what they do.
I know.
And he's just a dog.
And he's just a dog.
He's just a dog, right? So you can go to America's FAV pet.com/2025/RUGER dash 0533. I know you won't remember it, but we'll post it in the show notes. Okay.
We will. And it is also on our Facebook page.
Yeah. And you can vote for Ruger and make him the best pet, the most favorite pet in America.
Yeah, that'd be
I'm just
great.
blown away by service dogs. Like I see a lot in the hospital and they're
Oh,
wearing their little vests, right? And
yeah.
it says working.
Mhm.
So you know not to like, you gotta leave them alone,
Can't touch
right?
them.
Because can't touch them, right? Because they're working. And then again, that's another great thing. Had somebody put a service vest on me, I would have known that nobody was supposed to distract me. Because then it takes the onus off of me. It means you can't talk to me in class. I have my service vest on. Right? And nobody can bother me. I am
Oh my
working. I'm
God.
in my vest.
The things we learn late in life that would have saved Lisa so much pain
Oh,
and suffering in elementary school.
right. And the teachers would have made life so much easier for those teachers had
Yeah.
they just had a little vest they could have put on me.
Little service
She's
vest.
working, so don't talk to her till she's not in her vest. Right? And then there'd be no outside talk,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then when I take my vest off, and here's a chocolate. Thank you. Have a great day, Mrs. Walker. And off I go. Right?
Oh, yeah.
19 versions of Eddie Haskell.
I hope that if there are teachers listening right now, that they adopt this new
Right?
way of teaching kids to behave in their class.
I may
If
have
you,
stumbled
if
onto
you,
something.
yeah, and if you do this, please let us know if it actually helped.
Because I don't think right? We don't shame the dogs for being in a work vest.
No, we do not.
We don't shame a construction worker for being in a work vest.
No, and you leave them alone because they're in their little vest.
And they're working.
It's an
Right?
indication they're
Right?
working.
So maybe if I'm in my blue vest, it means she's doing math. Don't talk to her. Right? Right?
Oh my God. You know what? Your life would have been so much better.
Oh,
You would have just, your
I would have
teachers would
gone
have liked you
from
more.
I would have gone from C. I would my comments would have been, she's such a nice, friendly student if she would only just stop talking and pay attention. I wouldn't get that. I wouldn't get the part of the comment that got me grounded every time it was report card time, right?
Right.
I would not be grounded at March break because that comment wouldn't exist because I
Oh
would have had my
dear.
vest on and doing
Yeah,
my
you would have had.
job, right?
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
at work now from 8:30 till 3:30.
Yeah, and you would have rocked that vest. You wouldn't have got teased. No,
I would have been cool.
You would have been
It
cool.
would have
You
been a
would have
good
made it cool.
vest. I
Yeah.
would have made it cool. I would have owned it. And 50 years later, the world there'd be kids wearing vests in school,
Oh, sweet
right?
mother of God.
Something
Oh,
to think
okay.
of.
The things you think of late in life,
Right? Who knew, right? That would have
right?
solved, right? You don't need Ritalin, you need a vest. And if there's any doctors that happen to listen,
You don't
maybe
need
you need to
Ritalin.
recommend that to the parents. You
Yes.
know, we do have Ritalin, which would calm them down and make them focus. But we also feel if we put them in a vest
Yep.
and everybody else knew, oh, she's got her work vest on, don't talk to her while it's on.
Uh-huh.
It just seems so simple.
It does, doesn't
Right?
it?
And
Just
the
so
proof is
simple.
in the pudding. Look at all the service dogs out there in the world, saving people from everything and making people feel so much better.
Oh.
I could have been somebody.
You could. If
I
only you had a service vest.
had a service vest, Samantha.
Oh, okay.
That's so funny.
Okay, I'm gonna hate to do this, but I'm bringing us back to Starbucks.
Why do we have to go back to Starbucks?
Well, because apparently Starbucks is no longer, and I'm surprised people haven't picketed about this. They're no longer letting people use their facilities or just sit around without being Patreons, and people are up in arms. So they're not just letting people sit there for the sake of sitting there for like hours at a time.
I never knew you could do that at the Starbucks.
Yes,
Just go and like
you
occupy their
can.
space. Wow.
Yes,
So
'cause they didn't
Starbucks is
care.
similar to a park.
Yes.
They didn't care. And you could just use their bathroom and they didn't care.
Yes. And now you can't do that anymore.
Ugh.
And people are not happy. But it's like Starbucks, they needed to clean up their act a little bit.
I would think so, right? I would think so. I
Right?
would think that that's not the way we do things anymore.
No, because if anyone's been in a Starbucks, they're not actually that big.
They're not like right? No. And like you can't just go sit in the Tim Hortons without buying at least a coffee.
You have to buy something at Tim Hortons.
Right? I wouldn't even go to use their bathroom without, and I'll grab a donut on my way out. Right? Just because that seems like the right thing to do, right?
Right? Because you've
Shouldn't
just
use
used
you
their
for your
facility.
bathroom. Right. I
Mhm.
shouldn't just use you for your bathroom. Well, have fun with that Starbucks, right?
I don't know. Starbucks, are you like, they're struggling anyways, you know.
Well, okay. So are they struggling? Are they really struggling, do you think?
I think they are. Yeah.
Because
As
it's
a company.
it's hard to get people to spend that much money on a coffee.
There's people all over creation that are happy to spend $6 to $8 or more on a drink.
But now the problem is that now everybody's doing it, right? So the Tim Hortons now has the white oat almond pistachio blah 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 coffee.
Oh, are they? Oh,
So everybody's doing that. Everybody's knocking it off, right?
I can't.
Right? And I'm just like, I don't know.
I did Starbucks there for a minute or two, and honestly,
You did it because it was convenient because it was where you worked.
Yes,
Like
but
me.
honestly, I don't like Starbucks coffee.
No. I like a tall, dark blonde.
I don't like their coffee. I like their chai latte. I don't mind their vanilla latte.
I like a vanilla latte.
And I don't mind their matcha stuff.
And they make a good hot chocolate.
But everything is super sweet.
It's so sweet.
So sweet.
Yeah.
So, however, those who like Starbucks, happy for you. But just remember, you can't just sit there for the sake of sitting there.
Right. It's not a park anymore.
It's no longer a park.
No longer a park, right? It's not free use, right? It's not free range.
It is not.
Free range Starbucks. They're gone. Thing of the past, right? You're not going to contain.
Oh,
It's interesting.
God.
You know what else is interesting? Okay. So I shake my head at There's an ad out there. I don't know if you've seen it or not. Friends of the podcast, maybe you have, right? And it says, I'm 60 and I just finished the
20.
28-day chair aerobic plan. And this is my response
Oh.
every time I see it. Well, good for you. I'm 55 and I'm too lazy to exercise in a chair, right? So shut up and get out, like, leave me alone, right?
I've seen those all over the place too, and I agree. I shake my head at those ads because then they make you think that it's one, easy, and it's just in a chair, but two, then they make you feel bad because, well, if you're not eating these foods, then you're not going to be young, and you're not going to stay
Right.
young, and you won't be healthy, and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, you know what? Prove it. Bring it. Bring the receipts, as the
It's like
kids would say. Bring the receipts.
they secretly start injecting other shit into it, right? So it goes from just you're gonna be lazy sitting in the chair, moving your leg, namaste, to all of a sudden, namaste, you can't eat, namaste, you can't have a donut, right? And all of a sudden they just, right? I think they start to brainwash you or something,
You
right?
cannot have a donut if you're doing chair
Right? If
aerobics
you're doing
or chair
chair
yoga.
aerobics. And I will tell you, right? Like I can sit in a chair like there's nobody's business. Like I bet you if there was like a prize, I would be the number one chair sitter.
You would be.
I can sit really good. Really, really good. I can sit good, Samantha. You know this about me. I can
I know,
sit.
but I think they're asking you to like move in the chair,
But like what? Like my arm, my leg, my foot?
like everything. And arms in the air and the leg up and it's doing
I would
stuff
do
and
so
sitting
my
up,
version of
sitting down,
chair
sitting up,
my
sitting
version
down.
of chair yoga would be in the chair, right? Reach for the remote, reach for the remote, reach for the remote, right? Pick up your coffee, pick up your coffee, pick up your coffee. That would be my thing. Grab a Kleenex, blow your nose. Grab a Kleenex, blow your nose. Right? So I'd still be doing lots of stuff. Get up, stretch, go pee. Get up, stretch, go pee. So I would have probably 4 core things that I'd be working on. Right? Oops, you dropped your cookie. Bend down, work your core. Bend down, work
Down,
your
work
core.
your core.
Right? There'd be some things, I get it,
Oh my God.
but I just think that they rook you in,
Uh-huh.
and then you're kinda, like, stuck.
Then you're screwed.
I think the one that's good for you is Noom.
No,
I don't know, a lot of people say good things about the Noom.
I think it's a cult.
You think Noom's a cult?
I think Weight Watchers is a cult.
I think losing weight's a cult,
I think losing
right?
weight's a
Right?
cult.
You're just brainwashing me so I look like everybody else,
Oh,
skinny,
damn you.
right? I don't wanna look like everybody else. I'm okay being like me. Guess what arrived in the mail? My button extender, and I used it on Saturday.
How'd it go?
It went well. I used it on my jeans, which is what I got it for, right? Because the jeans fit just perfect except for right there. And
Oh.
but you know what the problem is with it? So okay, so I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. But if you're somebody like me and you have like pancake ass, when you just are loosening your button a bit,
Uh-huh.
it just makes your pants a little bit more droopy
Uh-oh.
in the bum, right?
Yes,
Because
because
you're
you
just giving it a little more room. So all of a sudden, so my new look, it's like I'm like, do you remember that band Crisscross? Like jump, jump, crisscross will make you. My pockets are down halfway down the back of my thighs. That's my new look, right? And I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna wear it and make it popular.
you're going back to the 90s hip hop. Is
I'm
that what you're
going back,
doing?
wearing my pants a little lower,
Yeah.
and my bottom part of my pocket is definitely not where pockets belong,
Oh my God.
right?
Okay. You know what,
Whatever.
Lisa? You have already, started a hair trend.
Right.
Why shouldn't you do saggy bottom trend? Like,
Right? I
why
gotta work
not?
with what I got. I gotta work with what the good Lord gave me. Right? He gave me a pancake ass and a Humpty Dumpty waist,
Oh
right?
my God.
And
If you just didn't roll your pants, you probably would be okay.
yeah, well then I'm wearing them up to like my above my chest. You've seen me hold pants up above my chest, right? Because the petite's just a little bit too
Too
short.
short. Yeah.
And the other ones are just not, they need to be rolled 3 or 4 times. And now with gravity, everything just wants to push it down, right?
Yes. Well, everything else is going that way.
Whatever, it is what it is, right? That's what I think. It just kind of is what it is. Okay, but here, Speaking of like pancake ass, you know who doesn't have a pancake ass?
Uh,
Strippers.
typically, no.
Typically, they have like the bod, right?
Well, they should.
That's their goal, right? Is to have that stripper body, right? But
Uh-huh.
do you know that to become, because I was reading an article about this, do you know that becoming a stripper comes with what might be, in my opinion, the largest dress code and personal attire set of rules? There's so many rules. I'm tapping out of stripping.
Oh, well, thank God for
I'm
that.
tapping out, right? I feel that it's very stressful based on just
Uh-huh.
their expectations of how things should sit, where things should show, what things should look like,
I have
right?
no doubt that there is a multitude of things that have to
A
be
lot. It's a
put
lot.
in place.
You got to tape shit up. You got to tape shit over. I'm 55, Samantha, right? I need the pancake job, not the pole job, right?
Oh, yes.
You
Yes, you
know,
do.
like
Yeah, well, this is true.
like pasties aren't going to work on us. We're too old for pasties.
Well, if we put pasties on, they aren't really pointing outward, they're more pointing downward.
Yeah, like I don't even know where or sideways, depending.
So we're sideways.
Like if
So that's not
seems like an odd,
really great.
right? In nowhere in what I read did I see that that's where
Uh,
things should be pasted,
yeah.
right? But yet,
I have
that
no doubt that the dress code for them is scantily clad,
skimpy,
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 sparkly.
it's sparkly, and sometimes it's very flowy,
Yeah.
right? Like it's got like what is this like fabric, extra fabric, a little bit of extra
You could just do that again with your hands.
right? Some extra fabric, right? Right? Like
Oh
there's just
God.
and sometimes the feathers.
Oh, feathers and God knows, like
If the rule was all
ugh,
you need is a boa, maybe. If
that boa is not covering what you need it to cover.
no, right? Like I could wear that boa like a scarf, right?
That's
It's
not pretty.
not gonna be pretty, and I don't think that's what people are
No,
wanting.
no, I don't think so.
Right?
No, I bet you they got to be like maintained.
Oh, you gotta
Things
be
have to be maintained.
every single part of you. Like
Uh-huh.
God forbid there's like a stray underarm hair.
Or butt hair.
Nothing, right?
There's
Like,
nothing.
there just can't be anything, right? They're
Oh
just
Lord. That's a hard job.
oh,
They earn their money. If they're sticking to all that crap,
right. And then you got to do your
ugh.
dancing on top of it.
Oh my God. And the routines, because what if it's not exciting? Then they got to go back to the drawing board and they got to
Right.
pick up a whole new routine. And,
Right.
they're only as good as their routine. And what if their routine sucks and they're now like dancing at 4 o'clock in the morning for the crazy people? Like, I
Right.
don't know.
Right. Like we're about to do so say you and I join the strip club. We're about to, like my routine is at probably like 6 a.m. right when there's no people. That's when and next on the pole, Lisa Gibson, 6 a.m. right? Nobody's there. Thank God. The lights are out. They've actually closed. They're just let me they just said it's your turn now. Lock up when you leave.
Yeah.
Right.
Lock up when you're done. Oh, I don't know.
Nobody's coming to watch me be a stripper on the pole.
Yeah. I give them credit though. If they're good though, they make a lot of money
They make a lot of money if they're good.
and they earn every cent of
Sure
that.
they do. It's quite the skill. And
Ugh.
like in a lot of places, people have to be very respectful of them.
Oh yeah. You can't
Right?
touch.
No, you can't touch. Right?
Ugh.
Not my thing. Too many
No.
rules. Too many. I can't.
That's it. We can't do that. There's too many rules.
Too many rules. And
Darn it.
expectations, right? We ruled out new expectations at 55. We've stopped, right? We're not taking on any more requests for new expectations. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right? As much as I'd love to accommodate,
Let's decline.
it appears we're not going to be able to this time, right? Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry to disappoint.
Sorry to disappoint. I shake my head with Lisa and Sam. Will not be joining the strip scene. Right?
Oh, thank God.
I was worried too.
Everyone that just heard that went, phew.
Thank God, right? What I didn't need in my life, right? I'll listen to these two rambling idiots talk, and I'll even watch them onto YouTube. I'm not watching them on a pole.
Yeah, as I've seen on the socials, that wasn't on my bingo card for 2025.
Right? Right? And in the middle square,
Oh.
right? I shake my head on the pole. No.
No, we're not going to the
No,
poll, people.
we're not going to do that.
Nothing good comes from that.
Nothing.
Nothing good. Nothing good.
There's not one positive thing that I can actually come up with. Not one positive thing, right? Oh, more together time. We get to hang out a little. Oh, it seems
No.
weird and awkward. Seems
Nope.
weird and awkward.
Nope. We're not
Right?
doing that.
No, we're not doing that. Right?
We're not doing that.
We're politely declining.
Okay. But I need to share something with you.
Okay.
I found something and I love it.
Oh.
It makes my old Gen X heart happy.
Okay. This should be good.
I found a gentleman who his name is Tom Reed Wilson, and he does word of the day.
Oh.
In an English, he's English. He's from the UK. In a
Okay.
lovely, lovely British lilty accent. And the word of the day was actually an acronym. It was WOFTAM.
Okay.
Waste of fucking time and money. And I'm like, yes, Tom. Yes.
Boom.
I will WOFTAM all the time.
Totally waste of fucking time and money. Right.
Waste of fucking time and money. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God. So the stuff that he comes up with is hilarious. The last one I saw before that, he made a word. It was called humidity.
Humidity.
Humidity. It's humidity for your titties.
Oh, can you use it in a sentence, please?
It was so hot outside. It was humidity.
It was so hot. I was in the middle of, I had humidity.
I had humidity.
Humidity.
It's when your
Feels
boobs,
like
you got boob
humidity.
sweat.
Oh, God, that's the worst. Boob sweat's the worst.
And the way I need you guys to go find him. I think he's on Instagram. He might be on TikTok too. I found him on Instagram. And it makes you laugh. It really, and the way he explains it, it's like, darling, this is how we're going humidity and titty. And I'm like, just the way he says it in his little accent, I'm like, God, I love you so much.
Humidity.
Humidity. And then WOFTAM. WOFTAM.
All makes sense. So the other day, sometimes I'm always in search for like the next best, like great thing to have for a breakfast food.
Yes.
Oh, I found it. But it was a trick. It was a trick. So it was a muffin, right? So it looked like a blueberry lemon muffin. Right? It had those little, how you get that little bit of granulated sugar on the top.
Yes.
I'm like, that looks delightful, right? I like blueberry muffins and I love lemon. I'm like, I was at a work event. I'm like, I'm gonna have one of those. I cut it in half. So fresh, right? Put butter on it, right? Because yum, butter on the muffin. I eat it. I ate it all. I'm like, oh my God, this is the best muffin I've ever had. Not even kidding. Like the best muffin. So fresh, so moist. I tell my boss, because she took one too. And I said, did you have the muffin yet? And she's like, yeah. And I said, oh my God, that was the best muffin ever. She's like, yeah, because it's cake. It was cake. I put butter on cake and loved it.
So was it shaped like a muffin?
Shaped like a muffin, but it was cake.
Muffins are cake.
No, muffins aren't cake.
Yes, they are.
This was made with cake batter.
But that's how muffins are made.
Always. A blueberry muffin. When did you ever have a blueberry cake? It's different. It's different. It's different.
Are you sure?
Positive. This was a cake. It was a lemon blueberry cake.
So for those of you who are just new listeners to the podcast, Lisa likes to talk about foods that wowed her. And this is one of them.
Wowed by it.
So if you continue to listen past this episode, you will if you go back further and then keep following us, you will find that there is going to be at least one or two things that we talk about related to how much Lisa loves it.
I loved muffin that was a cake. Because not a cupcake, right? Because no icing,
Uh-huh.
but it was a cake. And I'm like, oh.
And then you put butter on it.
And I buttered the cake, and it
And
was
you
so good.
and you wonder why you had to get the button extender.
I lived with a button extender, right? But I'll tell you, there might be something to buttering cake.
Oh my God, don't you dare.
It was so
Don't
good.
you dare.
And you know
You
me, eh?
already have clogged arteries. You
Right?
don't need to make it worse.
And you know me, right? In true Lisa fashion, I have no fucking clue that it's cake. I got no clue. I'm just like, oh, ooh, whoa. Pick up the phone. Hey, boss. Yeah, it's really good. She's like, yeah, it's cake. Just like as though every idiot knows that. Not this idiot didn't know that.
Well, sometimes muffins are cake. Sometimes muffins are made out of cake mix. Do you not
I
know
never
that?
knew that because it's cake or a muffin. It's different. Cupcake is cake.
I feel
Muffin
like
is
when you put it
muffin.
in a muffin tin, then it's a
No,
muffin, but it's cake in a muffin.
no, that's not how
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
not at all how I see it. Sorry.
All
I
right.
don't see it like that.
All
Mm-mm.
right. I'm just throwing that out
I'm
there.
just saying, you know what? You guys, you want a really great recipe? Lemon blueberry cake in a muffin tin. Oh, so good. So good.
Okay. All right, Lisa.
Samantha,
We're going to move
can't help
along.
it. Okay, that's fine. But I can't help it. When I love something, it's from my heart and I need to share.
It is from your heart.
Totally from my heart. It's pure excitement right there.
Oh my God. Okay. We need to go back to the last episode.
Okay.
If you can hearken back,
I can
we
hearken.
mentioned that we're always a little bit worried that we're stunted adults.
Last week we talked about that. Yes, we
Yeah.
did.
And supposedly there are key recipes that you should have mastered by the age of 30. So will
Okay,
this
so
maybe determine if we're adults or not, if
okay,
we can cook
sure.
them?
Because
Okay.
we're way past 30.
We are.
Yeah.
Can you make a delicious roast chicken? I've cooked a turkey. I
I've cooked a turkey,
I think I could conquer a roast chicken.
but you can't say that you can because you never did one. So we don't know.
But I've cooked a turkey.
I've cooked a turkey,
Okay.
but that's not the question.
That's not the question.
We're already manipulating the answers. This isn't good.
We're justifying. We're justifying.
We're dry. Okay.
Can you make chicken noodle soup?
Like in the can. Uh-huh.
Nope. From like
scratch.
scratch. I've never done that.
I don't think I can do that. Seems complicated.
Make real hummus.
I don't even know what hummus is.
It's chickpeas.
No, I don't. I don't know what. I don't know where I'd buy a chickpea. No.
You get them in a can.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
You've made chili.
I've made chili, but obviously,
I've made chili.
oh, is that one of them?
Like, yes, chili is one of them.
Yeah, we could do chili.
Can you make chili from scratch?
I can make chili from scratch.
Not from a can. That doesn't count.
Because it's 90% from a can and hamburger. Because beans come in a can. I'm gonna say I can make chili. Yeah.
Okay. Have you banana bread?
I make it all the time.
You make it all the time from a box.
From a box. But I add a banana, which is pretty much, and I add oil and water and eggs.
Right.
So more ingredients are added than what's in the box.
Okay. You can make scrambled eggs.
I could do scrambled eggs.
Okay, we can do scrambled eggs.
Okay.
Have you ever made Greek salad dressing?
I don't even know what that would even entail. No.
It's easy, but you've never done it, so never mind.
You can't even tell me what's in it either. So don't be all
olive oil,
easy.
lemon, oregano, thyme, and a couple of other things.
You don't know it all.
I do.
You don't.
I do.
Can you
Pesto.
make
Have you made pesto?
I don't know what pesto is. No. What is pesto?
Pesto.
What is it?
It goes with your pasta.
No, I don't like pesto. I think I hate pesto, actually. I'm probably allergic to it.
Oh my God, probably, because you've never had it, so of course you're allergic. Baked salmon.
I think I could do a salmon.
I've done baked salmon.
I've done a salmon.
Okay. Fluffy pancakes. You've made fluffy pancakes.
I can do pancakes.
I can do pancakes as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're almost 30.
We're almost, so we're 25.
We're 25.
We're 25, right?
We have a little
Friends of
ways
the
to
podcast.
go.
Are we looking 25 too? instead of 55 and 56.
No, look at
Oh,
my
why do they
chin.
have to throw in like some hard things like the chicken?
I know the roasted chicken.
Because I don't know. Obviously,
But
we don't know.
that's if people cook, right? That's
Yeah, like
assuming that all 30-year-olds actually give a shit about cooking.
you know my theory, right? Had we had children, we would have cooked food because you'd have to. When you don't bear babies, you don't cook really. You cook like necessity and it
Yes.
tastes like necessity,
Yes.
right? You cook because you have to and it's just minor. What did you cook today for supper?
Salad.
We had hot dogs, right? So there you go. There you go. Take that 30. You had salad and I had a hot dog.
I probably would have rather had the hot dog.
Hot dog was delicious, right? Totally delicious. Okay, so because that was an update from last
Well,
week's
but we
episode.
haven't really answered the question. So let's
Oh.
just say that we're as adulty as we can be,
Yeah, like we know that we're not quite there.
considering. I don't care. Do you care?
I think when you have kids, it ages you 20 years. So I think that's like, don't blame me that I didn't have babies, right?
Yeah.
You know, so no, we're probably not 30, right?
Whatever.
Probably not 30. But since we're looking back at like what we talked about in last week's episode, I got a loofah update.
Oh, exciting.
Apparently people don't use them.
People do,
Kind of, they do.
but they're not as crazy as you are throwing them away after a month.
Well,
and they wash theirs.
yeah, I'm not washing it. I'm not going to all that trouble. I don't want something like that messed in with my wash.
Oh my God.
It's like the period panty, right? I don't want it in with my laundry. I don't want it in with my wash. I don't want my other panties and my period, my bloody ones, all in together. It seems weird and creepy.
Oh my God.
Right? So I don't know. I feel that we must be the anomaly.
Well, and I think that
And that's fine.
Stephanie agreed with Carol, and someone said, I think it was I can't remember now. Someone said that they just started using a loofah.
Oh, okay.
And someone said they would never use a loofah.
They would never use a loofah.
I'm like, okay, that's solid.
I love a good loofah.
I know you do.
I don't mind a loofah. I don't know.
You just thought that everybody was going to be like you, and they proved that they were not.
I asked a couple people at my work, non-loofah-ing people.
I'm
like, what?
You might be old.
It's weird when you have a question that you just think is so basic, and then nobody has the right answer to it but you. It's just bizarre.
Nobody thinks like you. It doesn't mean that it's not the right answer, Lisa.
I don't know.
Oh my God. Right now you just sound like John. Just because people don't think like you doesn't mean that what you think is the most right of the right. Right? Because everyone's allowed to have a different opinion. And just because they don't have the same opinion as you doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that it's not theirs is not yours. Right? Right?
Kinda.
Oh my God. Right. I'm surrounded by people who think they're always right.
Kinda.
Okay.
That's all.
All
That's
right.
all. Yes.
Calm your tits.
And then you say that. Right? As you loofah with like fucking like fabric on a stick.
Yes, Lisa, that's it. That's exactly it. But I need to bring up your sister, Linda.
Okay.
Because she answered our question about procrastination.
I know, right?
And she said
you know
she doesn't procrastinate.
I think she only answered because I haven't talked to her in a few weeks. So I think she's mad. So now she's like, fine, guess what? Now I'm going to make you talk about me now. That's what I think she's doing, right?
Well, we are, because she doesn't procrastinate.
She's not.
She is, however, the cultivator of energy, which I quite enjoyed.
She kind of is.
And then when she has enough energy, she moves.
Right.
I love that.
It's kind of true, right? It's kind of true, right? She's kind of like a rechargeable battery that way, right?
I'm like, Linda, best answer ever.
Right? Kudos to her. Maybe we need to send her a keychain.
Maybe because that is like the best, one of the
That was a
best
good answer,
answers.
right? That was a good answer, right? Because
I
she does
loved
not
it.
procrastinate.
She's the
Yeah.
cultivator of energy.
She's a cultivator of energy. She's a funny one. The apple don't fall far from the tree.
No, that is so true. So true. But I have interesting news, everybody.
Whoop, 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 whoop,
We would
whoop.
like to mention that Cindy N from North Carolina is our newest friend of the Patreon.
Nice.
She said, figured it was time to put my money where my ears are. Cindy, we thank you for your support.
And you know what, Cindy? Your support, it maybe people don't realize this, Samantha. It helps us do the podcast.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Right? It's not buying us supper and drinks. It's
No.
literally putting the podcast together.
All the money that we not that there's a lot.
Not that there's a
any
lot.
money that we have coming out of Patreon goes to support the podcast because it costs us money to do this. So if you guys want to participate, fantastic. I just want to let you guys know that you can connect with us on any of our social platforms. You can check our website, which is ishakemyheadpod.com. You can sign up for newsletters, check out our blog, leave us a message or a voicemail, and stay to listen to any of our episodes. Spotify is our home. So if you're still listening to us on Podbean, our old home, maybe it's time to make the switch to Spotify because Spotify, pretty cool app. It's got everything there for you. So come on over if you're still a Podbean member. But
Yeah,
we
come give it
appreciate
a
that you're
try.
listening. We appreciate you listening to us on any platform.
Totally.
And again, you can support us by sharing us on your socials and becoming our podcast ambassador. We just want to thank those who continue to share us on their social platforms. So please just remember to tag us when you do that so that we can give you a shout out. And if you want to catch any of our videos, check out our YouTube page and subscribe to get notified of a new episode. And again,
Samantha, where are we at?
118.
Where are we going?
Higher.
120.
120.
Like 120 by Valentine's Day would be wouldn't that be the nicest Galentine's Day gift ever? Hey, Palentines. Hey, pals. If everybody who subscribes just hits it, people really say watching this train wreck is quite entertaining.
Yes, because I'm usually making faces at Lisa.
Yeah.
And then just to roll back to Patreon, if you want to support the podcast, you can go to patreon.com/ishakemyhead. You can choose the amount you want to contribute. You can look forward to extra content that no one gets but friends of the Patreon. We do have swag and we have a new logo. So I Shake My Head swag is at threadless.com. You can search I Shake My Head and you'll find new and old logos available. And we just want to thank John Jamaica for putting together our podcast each week. And he does it without us driving him too crazy.
Not too crazy, right?
Not too
and
crazy.
Cindy, a new mug.
Yes, Cindy gets a mug for being a Patreon member because she is at our highest tier. So
yes, right.
Along with a couple of other little trinkets I'm going to throw in that.
Nice, eh?
Yeah.
We're like the trinket shop.
We are the trinket shop.
Right? You know what I can't wait for, Samantha? I can't wait till I hope in say 2 weeks or 3 weeks we can make our big announcement.
Oh yes.
Right?
Yes.
Don't you hope?
We can. I think we will.
It's like a little teaser.
We will tease.
Right? And it's big. It's bigger than what I ever thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
But we can't tell you yet, can we?
No, but you talk so much though.
I'm a talker.
I know.
I'm a talker, right? This is what I like to do. Guess what? I'm done talking with you. Someday, Samantha, someday. I'm going to say it's always a pleasure.
Oh, thanks.
All right, Samantha. Shall we go? Guess what? Oh, and friends of the Patreon, look for some new stuff coming up next week because we're on the road.
This week,
because we're on the road.
Yeah, so you're going to get some extra special content just for you.
Wow.
So if you want to know what we're up to, anybody who's not a patron, you could sign up for it.
See if we can still stand each other.
That's the fun part.
See how that goes. Can't wait, bestie. All right, Samantha, always a pleasure.
It should be.
who's a pretty girl? I'm a pretty girl.